Hi there, Internet. I'm Polar the Polar Bear, and welcome to another episode of Polar Bear Plays. This is episode 1 of Polar Bear Plays NecroVision, about which I know it is a horror first-person shooter game set in the First World War. We're gonna go ahead on normal mode here. I don't know if I can speak in these loading screens. I suppose we'll find out shortly. Very neat loading screen, though. It looks like looks very Warhammer 40,000.
December 1916. The Great War enters its darkest hour. Both the Allies and the Central Powers are exhausted, devastated by the scale of the ongoing massacre. In one battle alone, the banks of the River Somme devour more than 1 million corpses, riddled with bullets, poisoned by gas, dismembered by shrapnel, and torn down in ruthless hand-to-hand combat. Clouds of toxic gas and flames smothered the Earth's dead surface. Artillery shells, in their millions, raised mountains of dirt and destruction so high that the sun and the moon disappear. The thunderous echoes of war drift deep underground. Soon, few will have the courage to venture near. But there is another reason why some people have named this part of France No Man's Land.
Get up, soldier. It's time.
Damn. I dreamt someone was telling me not to wake up today.
Don't tell me you're superstitious, Yankee boy. I was dreaming about my Jane, and she wasn't doing too much talking.
We've been cooped up in here for too long. Looks like someone up there is crying over our fate.
In England, we call it rain.
Okay, press E to take the Smiley Mark III. 0 coverage bar shows the direction of your current objective. That's helpful. Alright. I guess I got another one. Hello. Ugh. So I can aim down the sight with right click. Fairly standard. Reload with the R button. That's a creepy song to be playing on the gramophone. Oh. Instead of being crouch, control is kick. Interesting. Haha. C is crouch. E, I assume, is probably the use button. Use button, take things button. Looks like just a tripod. Well, out into the trenches.
Listen up, soldiers. It's going to be over tonight. We'll break through Jerry's line with one strike. We know they're desperate. They're weak. They won't know what's hit them. So, keep your heads down and your guns up. Tank squads have got our flanks covered, and we're the blade that's going to rip those German trenches apart and carve the enemy up like the vermin they are. Like the rats they love to eat. Remember this hour. Tonight the forces of evil will be crushed once and for all. This is the call of duty.
What a load of horseshit.
No surrender, no retreat, only victory. For king and country, boys. Let's destroy those bastards.
I hope that was a deliberate cut in Call of Duty, because if so, it was hilarious. Okay, run with left shift key, jump with space. Stamina blue bar in the bottom left corner. Ah, okay, on either side of my health bar. C to crouch. Space to jump. Yeah. Okay, those are our boys, I guess.
It's a trap! Take cover! Gas! Gas! No! It's all over!
Pretty awesome opening sequence. Yeah, not a lot of, plenty of games about World War II. Not a lot of games about World War I. I think there's a lot of opportunity for good games about it, too, because, I mean, it was a really grim, awful war. And, you know, that's what, mostly in World War II games, that's what you see, you know, the really kind of grim, awful stuff, and there weren't enough of that in this particular war. What kind of crazy flashback I'm having right now, or flash forward or something. I don't... What's going on? Why do I have a gauntlet on my hand? That doesn't seem good. Alrighty then.
November 4th, 1916. When it's dark, those two rooms are even more frightening. I go there sometimes, but just to look, to understand how Zimmerman's experiments affect us all. Someone told me he made a deal with the masters of the underworld. But an explosion has left me half deaf, so I could have got that wrong. November 14th, 1916. 2 days, perhaps more. And we have been fighting and fighting and fighting. There seems to be no end to it. I loathe these endless corridors, the damned rooms with all the strangeness they conceal. Ghostly things flit about above us. Demons torn from nightmares strike at every turn. All I ever wanted was to fight for my country. I didn't want this. Our engineers thought the blue flashes of light on the walls are some kind of electrical and magnetic field. But in truth, these terms mean little to me. I cannot comprehend what kind of civilization could live in a place like this.
Okay, I think that was the only letter.
November 15th, 1916.
Right. I don't know how many of these are going to be.
The monsters have surrounded us, and they continue to hound us with their beasts. They have hunting animals, things that can only be horrific pets. At first, we thought the rooms we encountered with the cells were prisons, but we were wrong. They keep animals in there, but for what purpose we cannot be sure. They resemble the rats that infest the trenches on the surface, but larger, so much larger. Perhaps they are the result of some terrible experimentation. We must avoid them at all costs.
It's unbelievable. First hand-to-hand fight of the war, and it's with a madman who's on my side. Oh, this whole place smells like a slaughterhouse. I'm not waiting for night to get the hell out of here.
Just to be sure. Now... Ooh, physics. Quite a complex physics section, actually, looks like. So left mouse button to plant the explosives. Alright, we are actually... Okay, I'm full on dynamite. We were actually, unfortunately, all out of time. So I'm going to have to end this episode here. Sorry the first episode's like 15 minutes of essentially cutscene. I didn't know that those letters would just keep going indefinitely, so I let the first couple go, but I think those will just keep going. So in future I'm probably just going to skip them. Yeah. So that'll end this first episode of Polar Bear Plays NecroVision. Seems like it's going to be a pretty interesting series. So hope to see you guys again for more very, very soon.